just repeating, acting as if it all must be true, enabling other people to spread their lies and falsehoods. Maybe not even lying, they could be unintentionally wrong. You should still find out and correct for them. It helps a little to do the one Democrat, one Republican bit, but it's still not nearly as good as it should be. You know, and maybe neither Democrat or Republican knows what they're talking about in this particular issue. Maybe there's something else entirely. Maybe there's, investigative journalism. Could you do that maybe? Find stuff out, challenge the status quo when it needs to get challenged. And I was talking earlier about giving anonymity, which isn't necessarily in the definition of stenographic journalism, but it's a problem by itself. Anonymity should be granted to legitimate whistleblowers. If you have something important to say, and if people knew your identity, you'd face punishment, and furthermore, you don't deserve that punishment, then a reporter should say, okay, you can be anonymous, we'll keep your identity private, in order to enable you to present this important information to the public. Maybe, the government has done something evil recently, and people need to know so they can do something about it. But there's the other side of anonymity, where you grant it haphazardly to whatever random, let's say, government official calls you up and says, okay, I'll tell you about such and such, but only with anonymity. Which is potentially a shield for people, again, spewing crap, lies and falsehoods and so forth. Right? A guy wants to spread some propaganda. He calls up any random media outlet, says, I'll give you an exclusive interview, but only if you grant me anonymity. And this guy is not like a legitimate whistleblower or something like I just said. No, he just, and then the person on the other end of the line, the media guy, what does he want? He wants to get his story out, right? With minimum effort, hopefully. So he goes, sure, anonymity. That's easy. It's easy to grip someone anonymity. It's easy to just take their name out of a story. And then you just take down everything that they say, write it down, and send it off. Stenographic journalism, potentially, right? And this enables propaganda, and a type of propaganda that you can't even, trace back to who said it. At least with normal stenographic, you know who you quoted, and so the original liar, we know who he is. Granting anonymity to freaking anyone? That gives us a crazy, crazy problem there, where we don't even know who was lying. Or whatnot. It's crap. Again, a legitimate whistleblower should get it, and maybe in some cases that's a tough call, but as Mr. Greenwald has pointed out, it's gotten a little crazy with the anonymity, and a little crazy with the just repeating what someone told you without analyzing it. And, as John Stewart was saying, a little crazy with, among other things, just getting two random people, having them talk, and making no comments, essentially, about who's right or wrong. Republicans say the number was 17, and Democrats, imagine if they're reporting on, yesterday's lottery's numbers. Well, the Democrats believe that the numbers were 2, 10, and 20, but the Republicans are saying that it was 4, 6, and 19. The follow-up question ought to be, well, what were the real lottery numbers? I was sort of, wondering, or imagine, because I don't play the lottery, so maybe a better example would be like the weather, Oh, so what's the weather today, Chuck? Well, Republicans are saying that it's going to be kind of cloudy, but the Democrats say there's going to be a lot of sunshine. Which one of them is right, Chuck? Which of them? Government officials tell me that tomorrow there's going to be a hailstorm. Okay, well, did the government officials know what they're talking about, or did you just repeat down what they said? Who said that? Actually, it was an anonymous government official. Could you check the thing? Doesn't matter particularly with lottery numbers or hailstorms, but it matters a freaking lot when you're talking about potential corruption. When you're talking about spending of billions of dollars and spending of human lives. And again, propaganda type campaigns to make people look good. I don't even put it past the Obama administration, despite the fact that I voted for Obama. It's possible there's some people in there that want to make themselves look good, so they speak anonymously or whatnot. to stenographic type journalists and tell them, oh yes, we're doing good things, we're not violating any laws. You know, there's a whole deal about how we're apparently not really pursuing prosecutions for, like, torture and stuff. Like, there's a little bit of prosecution, but there's a lot of other people that deserve. And stenographic journalism, in general, crappy journalism, allows these sorts of important things to just fall by the wayside. Because if you're not doing the research, if you're not putting in effort to find out what's really going on in the world, if you're not doing that as a journalist, then you're kind of just parroting whatever the people in power want you to say. And sometimes that's crap. And it's the purpose of the media to protect us from that crap, to filter out, to give us information so we can vote for the right person, support the right policy. But there's, and I don't want to make too broad of a thing of the media, you know, there are all sorts of different people in the media, even among specific people that I mentioned, like CNN, for instance. I don't know, this person versus that person, or one day versus another day. Might be different. They do have a things that they say, the phrase keeping them honest at CNN, when they, at least Anderson Cooper says that, when they do fact check, and that's nice. They ought to do more, I think. I think America has a bunch of problems right now. And I wish I could say that the media was up to standards, because then we could fix the problems much easier. But, thankfully, thanks to the internet and so forth, I too am kind of part of the media. And no, I'm not a hard-hitting journalist that's done incredible amounts of research yet. Either. But, well, I'm making this video and putting some effort. Hopefully the bigger picture will change for the better. Thanks for watching. See you later.